On the 30th of April 2022, Erriyon Knighton won the 200 metres at the LSU Invitational, while becoming the fourth fastest man in 200 metre history with a time of 19.49. This race was Knighton's season opener in the 200 metres, and he improved upon his season's best from 2021 by 0.35 seconds. This seems like a drastic improvement in personal best time for a sprinter who is already running sub 20 seconds, but when we look at the other fastest men in 200 metre history, it actually isn't that uncommon to see a drop in times like this. When Michael Johnson ran his world record of 19.32 in 1996, his fastest time prior to that race was 19.66, meaning he improved on his personal best by 0.34 seconds, which is very similar to Knighton's recent improvement. When Bolt ran his first 200 metre world record of 19.30, his fastest time prior to that race was 19.67, making it an improvement of 0.37 seconds. The greatest improvement among elite 200 metre sprinters was when Johan Blake ran 19.26 in 2011, while his fastest time prior to that race was 19.78, an improvement of 0.56 seconds. Knighton ran his time of 19.49 while having a 100 metre personal best of 10.04. If we compare the 100 metre personal best times of other athletes when they ran their 200 metre personal best, we see that Lyles had ran 9.86 in the 100 before he ran 9.50 in the 200. Blake had ran 9.82 before he ran 19.26 in the 200, and Michael Johnson had run 10.09 before he ran 19.32 in the 200. All of these athletes' 200 metre PBs rank significantly higher in terms of IAAF points scored than their 100 metre PBs at the time, which indicates that they are more physically suited to running the 200, whether that be naturally or because of their training focus at that time. Usain Bolt's 100 and 200 metre PBs are much more even in terms of points, with his 9.58 earning 1,356 points and his 19.19 earning 1,352 points. If we look at the splits of Knighton's recent race, we see that he ran 10.26 in the first 100 metres and 9.23 for the final 100 metres. This 9.23 is particularly impressive since he looked to be decelerating significantly for the last 20 metres. When we compare this to Bolt's world record run, Knighton's final 100 metres is actually faster since Bolt's splits were clocked at 9.92 and 9.27. Johan Blake's splits in his fastest race were clocked at 10.14 and 9.12, with his final 100 metres being the fastest in history. Comparing a sprinter's 100 metre PB to their 200 metre splits helps to give us an idea on whether they're distributing their race tactically or if they're going out hard from the gun. In the 400 metres, race distribution is even more important, and when we look at the leg that Knighton ran for Team Adidas in a recent 4x400 metre relay, we see that he cruised for the first 200 metres, then he started to increase his pace around the bend to pull away when he got to the home straight. Being able to pace a race like this shows patience and maturity from Knighton, which can carry over to the 200 metres if he makes sure to run his own race and not push too early, even if his competitors beat him off the curve like they did in the Olympics. At the Olympics, Knighton looked to be cruising in the semi-final and managed to run a time of 20.02. In the final, he ran all out and finished in a time of 19.93, which would indicate that he was in the shape necessary to run faster, but failed to execute his race properly. If we take Knighton's 200 metre PB splits of 10.26 and 9.23, we get a ratio of 1.1 over 1. If Knighton was able to run 19.31 to break Michael Johnson's American record with split times that have the same ratio from his 19.49 race, he would run splits of 10.16 and 9.15. Knighton should definitely be able to run the first 100 metres in a time of 10.16 in his current shape, but the question is how much might that slow him down for the final 100 metres. In an interview, Glenn Mills said that not being fast enough in the 100 metres was causing Usain Bolt to work too hard on the curve, which caused him to lose out to Tyson Gay in the World Championship final in 2007. Bolt managed to lower his 100 metre time from 10.03 to 9.69 in the space of a year, which helped him massively in his 200 metre performances. I believe we'll need to see Knighton run 9.90 in the straight 100 metres before we see him run 10.16 on the curve without it affecting his speed maintenance in the final 100 metres. Since Knighton still has a lot of room to develop in terms of strength, given that he's 18 years old, I believe it is likely that we will see him run in the 9.8s in the 100 metre by age 20. Once Knighton is able to run in the 9.8s, like Johan Blake in 2011, I believe he will then be capable of getting close to Usain Bolt's 200 metre world record. Hypothetical split times necessary for Knighton to run 19.18 and break the world record are 10.09 and 9.09. The most alarming thing about Knighton's progress so far is that this is only his 4th season training specifically for running track. Due to how linear his progress has been, it seems redundant to compare him to other sprinters at the same age, because even Usain Bolt had some stagnation during his teenage years. Another factor adding to Knighton's unpredictability is the fact that he doesn't talk about what he plans to do in interviews or on social media. He just goes out and performs. Noah Lyles and Fred Curley have spoken about their desire to break world records, but it will surely put pressure on them mentally to see that a high schooler who's running so effortlessly could beat them this year.
1919, is it possible?
I definitely think it's possible. You know, I have dreams about it every night, just like Fred Curley said. If the season goes exactly how it's going now, then world record watch should definitely be hitting around 2020.
Do you feel like in order for you to attain Michael Johnson's record, attain Tyson's record, to attain any of these records, do you feel like or I should say, don't you feel like you need to focus only on that event in order to actually break a record?
See, my ultimate goal, I want to destroy the 1-2 info. Simple as that. I told my coach that's my goal before I retire on all 3. So,
Knighton will have lots of opportunities to run at Hayward Field in Eugene this summer between US champs and world champs, assuming he makes the team. I think it's possible that he runs 19.3 before the season ends. However, I believe Michael Johnson's American record is out of reach this season, but I hope to be proved wrong. How fast do you think Knighton can run this season? Leave your thoughts in the comments, and thanks for watching.